Hello, and welcome to my review of my most likely biggest project I've ever done, and most parts consuming and definitely most time consuming project. I've been working on this for the past 2 months, like really hard working each day for it. Well, I finished off 1 week ago, but I don't really have any camera or anything good to take pictures of it with, so that's why I just really waited until a day with actually daylight, where the sun is out. So basically, this is also the reason why there have been no more new military builds. During the construction of this, I did have time to make the M3 half track, but otherwise not really anything. And I did order some parts to finish up the Tetrarch, but that's like 2 vehicles in the past 2 months. So yeah, let's get. This is oh wait, something before. This thing is actually something that I remember from a cutscene in Rock Raiders when I played 6 years ago, and for some reason I remember this, most likely because it was the only time in the whole game where you actually saw the Rock Raiders HQ. They never showed it anywhere else, and that's probably why I've been able to remember this. So I went back, and when I finished this off, because this is built just completely out of memory and everything, I found the cutscene, and it actually looks pretty close what it looked like. So that was actually pretty fun, and I was able to actually remember. Yeah, I think to part estimation, I am pretty positive that it is to around 8,000 to 10,000 watts. It's absolutely ridiculous how many parts this does have in it. Not only is the whole rock wall that you're looking at right here very big and only consists of small parts. The whole structure of this, the whole thing that holds it up as well. So let me just get an overview of it for it. So yeah, you do see a bit of the outsiding of the light box, or basically the place that I made up to film this and take pictures of it, because I want the black background. I think it looks much better with this. So here's just a overview of the whole thing, how it looks like. There's a tunnel transport, loader dozer, Rock Raiders HQ, and in there we have a little small cave, and there was a small digger in there, and then we have a small transport truck there. And Hoover Scouts actually have 5 vehicles in this, which is pretty cool. I mean, Rock Raiders vehicle is not that easy to fit these vehicles, so many vehicles in one diorama, especially not that, because it's so big. But just look at it, look at the size of the minifigures, they're just so tiny. But yeah, let's just go into some details on the actual rock wall. As you can see here, there's quite a bunch of details going into this. And something funny about this, it's actually very sturdy. Well, most parts of it. Some parts are not that sturdy. And this first part, that you're looking at right now, is not that sturdy. Down here, not like at all. If you look over here though, the later built parts, sturdy, very sturdy. And basically, when I built, it's split up into 4 sections. You can see here, the whole thing curves. You can see the wedge plates here. Basically, that's one section, and then I have one base plate square here, and then we have more of the wedge plates, and one extends to there. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Basically, when I was done with the second one, I did not think I would be able to make the rest of the ups here, and I realized that I will need one more section. So I built this, and that took. This is true. It took me 2 days to complete that, just that part, and I mean 2 days in the weekend. So I think I worked around 20 hours on that to actually find the parts and everything, and then I actually had to make that, and that was like punch to the face, because that was so hard to find parts for and everything, and to finish off. Because believe it or not, I've only made one $30 order to finish this off, and that really explains how massive a collection I actually have. Not to brag or anything, just saying, like, I'm not in position to complain about not having parts. You see, there's the side. I can actually see under there, it's just filled up with things. And there's the large mobile laser cutter. And if we go on to the other side here, you can see I've done pretty fancy here with the sloping. I would have loved to do it all the way here, so we have a very nice curve, but I don't have enough parts. I mean, that's a base for a train passenger car. Yeah, let's get into some more close-up details. And first one you can see is this one here, which is the little cave that I made, built in here, which I think looks very, very good. I really like the look of this. And you can see that she's just like, you know, walking out there. They just discovered it. And, you know, it's not, you know, there's no way they would actually see it, because this kind of slopes, so it suggests that it would be round. But this is basically made on a little cliffside. Because the wall, here comes up a big cliff wall, same all around here. Oops. Should be like a big cliff wall. A big cliff, the actual mountain continues up here. So they didn't. So this is something like that they haven't seen. That's why she like walking out there, like sort of holding the drill on the one hand. They haven't seen it previously, because when they come here, like it's not that easy to see. It's actually impossible to see. So that's I think that's a very neat detail. And you can look inside here. You can also see the opening. I love how this opening came out, by the way. It's just I was very curious how we're going to do this, because I had this pod done and didn't know how to do this in a good way, you know, use plates or anything, or if we should use wedge plates or something like that. And in there you have the small digger, and you can just look inside there. I'm gonna see if we can do this without shadowing it. I don't even think that that's a word. You can see there, you can actually see the inner workings in the far back if you just look through to the end there. That is basically because I completely ran out of pots. Like legitimately, I don't have a single pot that I can use for Rockstar right now. And I really mean it, because I usually try to do pretty nice and detailed. For example, here I try to use bionicle pots, lots of bionicle pots in this. I also have one of my favorite features on this. It's a waterfall. I really like how this looks like. I think it's a pretty neat technique I made as well. You can see basically what they're just 2x2s, 2x1s, and they basically just clipped onto a piece of string. So they just, you know, this is actually just, it's laying here, and it's a Lego string, so, oh, it won't come off. Oh no, I think I got something off from the top here. There we go. Sorry for that. You can see it just really lays there, which really gives it a nice effect of just the water like falling down on its own. You know, it's not like connected. That's something I do like to do for the water. You can see this here as well. It's just lay there. It's very nice. And here, nothing too fancy, but it shouldn't be either. It's on the ground here. I am using these big, like boulders, because I like those. I think they look nice if I have it in a big enough quantity, and I think having these laying here and you have the loaded dosing coming up here, it looks very nice, especially when you have one at the base and two on tunnel transport. You actually have got quite a quantity of them. So I don't really like the look of it when you only have like one or two boulders and then you made everything in grey and those are just like the only ones in brown. But in this way I think it looked pretty good. Very happy with how that came out. This is the overview of how it looks like. Oh wait, I can actually give you a complete like bird's eye view of this. You can see the nice sloping on the back. You can see it actually got like really like a banana shape, which is very nice. Very happy with how that came out. And now moving on to the actual base. You can see here all the studs I used here to give it a nice effect around the buildings, and I think it turned out great. The only thing is though, you can see most of these are actually laying upside down. I would have preferred them to lay this as laying this way, but sitting and picking around these like this, it would just take forever, and I'd probably just like randomly hit something and all of these would turn around again. But there is 550 or 600, I don't quite remember which one went for, so let's just say 600. And it's on my own, so actually it's closing to 600 studs is laying around here. So just that is 600 plus 200 pot, 300 for the waterfall here. So we're already up at 1,000 pots.